Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another video. On this one, we got a couple of things to go over. We're also going to cover the price action, the fear and greed index, the Google trends, the charts. We're also going to get into the news. So we have Ethereum is flashing signs that a sizable bull run is looming. We're going to, there's a silver lining to Goldman Sachs scathing Bitcoin presentation. Crypto exchange Gemini integrates the Samsung blockchain wallet. And Russia's biggest bank is buying 5,000 blockchain ATMs that can mine crypto. Top down, I'm going to show you something from CZ Binance, where it shows Grayscale is buying up all of the new Bitcoin supply. Very, very interesting. And if you want, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. This is a new channel where I'm going to be putting out daily cryptocurrency videos, keeping you guys up to date on the market, up to date with everything that's happening. My goal is to make these videos everything you need in one. So you can watch one of these videos and you walk away knowing basically almost everything you need for the entire day. So with that said, let's go ahead and look at what prices are doing. So Bitcoin is up to date. It has rallied up to 9,400. Ethereum sitting at 209. XRP 19 cents. Bitcoin Cash 234. Litecoin 44. Binance Coin 16. Tezos 273. A 5-cent Cardano. A 391 Chainlink. A 6-cent Stellar. And let's see what VeChain is doing. VeChain at over half a penny. Okay, so yesterday it was under. It was like 0.0049. Now it's 0.0051. And then Bitcoin's up. So fear and greed index is also up. Yesterday we were at a 39. Today we're at a 41. So it looks like we're slowly getting out of fear. Our Bitcoin search terms is a little bit of an uptick now. It's going up a little bit, but nothing insane, you know. And this is just kind of, I like to look at this for when we get the big spikes, you know, because then you can really tell. But little spikes here like this, it doesn't really excite me, and I don't think it should excite you either. I don't think it really means much. But if we look at the past 5 years instead of the past 90 days, we can kind of see where the trend is, right? So I'm waiting for something like this to come again, or even something like this, right? Which we almost had already a little bit. So once it gets above this, you can almost tell this is like a little bit of a resistance line, which is really funny, having a resistance line on Google Trends. But once it breaks above that, and we get up to about right here, I think momentum should take us off. So that's really what I'm looking for. Looking at the chart though, again, I told you guys this yesterday, it's still a good buying opportunity. Don't get me wrong, like look at where we are on these bands. We are on the lower of these bands. Like if you bought Bitcoin anywhere in these bands here last bull run, I think you would have been very, very happy. So it's the same thing here. If you're buying within these bands here, I think you're going to be very, very happy. And I think the lower of these bands are around $5,800, $6,600, somewhere around there. For any of you guys who maybe aren't watching the screen. Again, guys, if you are enjoying this video, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and let's dive into the news now. So this is coming from CZ Binance. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has bought 8,910 Bitcoin since the halvening. However, only 12,000 Bitcoin have been mined since that date. There is rapidly growing institutional demand for Bitcoin in the United States. So I think that's interesting, guys. Only 12,000 Bitcoin mined, but they've bought 18,000. The price won't stay down forever when people are buying Bitcoin faster than it's being produced. That I'm pretty sure you can be promised if we take a look at it here. So this is the Bitcoin added to the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust since May of 11, and this is the Bitcoin mined, guys. So I mean, supply and demand, right? Here is the demand from just one financial institution, and this is the supply. So if just one financial institution is buying Bitcoin like this, and the graph already looks like this, imagine with you have retail buying, you have other financial institutions buying, you have other banks, you have other multimillionaires, billionaires buying. I think we're going to see the supply shock where people have been saying, you know, hey, there's not going to be enough Bitcoin. Well, now we're seeing in real time people are buying up all the Bitcoin, and once this is bought up, I don't think you will see a price difference until people realize, hey, this is all bought up, and then people are going to start panicking into the market, trying to get whatever scrap that they can get left. So, thought that was pretty interesting. Moving on, this kind of almost couples with the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust because Russia's biggest bank is buying 5,000 blockchain ATMs that can mine crypto. Russia's biggest bank is spending more than $100 million on 5,000 blockchain-enabled ATMs that are capable of mining cryptocurrency. This bank is called Sberbank. Has called for tenders to provide 4,917 ATMs with a built-in graphic card capable of supporting blockchain operations. Isn't that insane? So people are going to be going to their ATMs, pulling out money, and these ATMs are going to actually mine. Now, I'm going to assume that everything these ATMs mine, it's not going to be like a pool sharing where people who use the ATM get like a reward. I'm assuming whoever owns the ATM is going to be getting all of the mining rewards. I mean, it only really makes sense, but I guess we'll find out what happens with that. Sberbank is Russia's oldest and largest bank and holds almost 44% of all personal deposits in the country. It operates 14,200 branches and 77,000 ATMs across the country. The state is its largest shareholder, and its chairman and CEO, Herman Gref, was Russia's former Minister of Economics and Trade. He is known to be a big proponent of new technology, including blockchains. The maximum bid for tender is 108 million, which equates to 26,000 per ATM. One of the technical requirements for these ATMs is that they should come equipped with a graphic card. Graphic card with support for NVIDIA CUDA for OS for image recognition and possible blockchain operability. Guys, this is big news, because not only do they get to put out Bitcoin ATMs where people are going to be drawing with their Bitcoin, but these are also miners. So if a bank can be super profitable by having a Bitcoin ATM that people use and the ATM's mining, it's a direction they're going to want to go in, because you're getting such a way better return on your investment than if you just had a normal ATM. Because a normal ATM, the only way you make money is on your fees. So if someone goes to an ATM, they withdraw money, and there's a fee, and that fee goes back to the ATM owner. So if you have an ATM where you're collecting fees and you're actively mining cryptocurrency, that is a high output ATM, right? That's almost like you're just raising your profit margins by so much. Recording ATM transactions on the blockchain. Matvey Voitov is the head of marketing of Waves Enterprise blockchain platform, which has explored several initiatives with Russian corporations and Russian governments. Interesting. Could be used to mine altcoins. Besides mining, perhaps it could be used for processing of some cryptographic algorithms, but I have no idea why an ATM would need it. Yeah, exactly. Why wouldn't ATM need it? But they're rolling it out. So just things to look for, guys. Always keep your eyes on these types of things. You need to know what's happening, so that then when the big change happens or a big announcement comes, you understand. You're not kind of sucked into this thing where you don't know what's going on, and then ultimately it ends up to you getting emotional and you FOMO into the markets. Crypto exchange Gemini integrates with Samsung blockchain wallet. Guys, this is awesome. This is big news, because this is adoption. Gemini and Samsung. Okay. Top US-based crypto exchange Gemini has announced integration with Samsung blockchain wallet to allow easy accessibility to its trading app by the users of the wallet. Samsung is a highly technologically focused company that is one of the early adopters of blockchain initiatives. The company has a significant number of blockchain-based products, with its blockchain wallet being one of the most innovative. The wallet is a non-custodial cryptocurrency wallet service that allows you to send crypto to others and enjoy recommended dApps. The wallet currently supports Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, ERC tokens, and TRC tokens, with a promise to integrate more altcoins in the future. Integration with Samsung blockchain wallet for Gemini. Tyler Winklevoss, co-founder and CEO of Gemini, stated, "This integration will help bring crypto to the fingertips of Samsung blockchain wallet users in the United States and Canada." And I think that Samsung blockchain wallet users will soon probably be everybody with a Samsung, because they're going to be built into the phones. I believe these companies are going to put some type of sales pitch behind it. They're going to want people using the blockchain wallet. So there's probably going to be it's going to be like an easier way of transferring money. People are going to want to use the built-in app. And if they don't, Samsung is still going to do their best to make people want to use it. The whole reason they put out these features is to make them want to use it. So there's usually sales pitches behind them. I mean, Samsung is a good company. I mean, they've scaled their company to, I don't know the numbers, but it's a very, very large company. So, they're going to have good marketing behind this. They're probably going to have a really good user interface. And actually right here, as players in the crypto sphere in these regions await a good user interface. I think that's what we're still waiting for. We cannot get to the next bull run. We cannot get to the next mass adoption cycle if we don't have better user interfaces, right? It has to be very, very simple for the next early adopters to come in. And then after that, it'll get simpler and simpler. And the more simple blockchain becomes and the more simple cryptos become, I think the higher in price they will get. I've seen this in a couple different industries. That is typically how it goes. Once there is organization and flow and proper user interfaces, that is at the point where companies are scaled, cryptos are scaled, right? There's a lot of people already in them. Moving on, there's a silver lining to Goldman Sachs' scathing Bitcoin presentation. If you guys, I'll throw a card up in the top right of the screen if you guys want to know about this Goldman Sachs Bitcoin presentation, because I did cover it. If not, if I forget to or something, just go to my channel. I cover it in my very latest video. So, despite the recent rally and macro developments boosting Bitcoin, the crypto came under fire by analysts at Goldman Sachs on Wednesday. So I'm going to skip this. I'm just going to get into what they said here, the interesting points. The presentation talking points included arguments that Bitcoin does not generate cash flow, does not hedge against inflationary risk, and does not provide consistent diversification benefits given their unstable correlations. A prominent market commentator suggested that in discussing Bitcoin, Goldman Sachs is actually giving the asset a tacit boost. He explained that the fact that they were discussing BTC means they are actively watching it. And obviously, I agree, guys. This article does get a little bit more interesting. Not all of Goldman is bearish per se. That being said, the bearish outlook conveyed by Goldman analysts in the call purportedly does not warrant the blanket statement that all of Goldman Sachs is bearish on Bitcoin. Ethan Vera, CFO of crypto asset mining startup Luxor, remarked that Goldman Sachs is a large organization with many different divisions. The wealth management division's opinion on Bitcoin and crypto doesn't necessarily reflect the company's views. This is interesting. The former Goldman Sachs investment banker added that other divisions of the multinational firm have a vested interest in crypto. They have a vested interest, so that tells me they're probably invested. An investment branch of the bank was part of a $50 million funding round for Circle, the financial services startup that now focuses on crypto. Circle got off the ground with this funding since having launched notable products like USD Coin. So interesting stuff, guys. Interesting stuff that a sector of Goldman Sachs can put an article being bearish on Bitcoin, but that doesn't reflect the company's views as a whole. So isn't it just kind of weird that they tell their clients one thing, but that doesn't necessarily reflect their real view, their true view? I think they just want their clients to keep money with them, and they don't want them taking money. Because remember, when you invest in Bitcoin, you're taking your money out of the bank. Now, if these clients have massive amounts of capital in these banks, the banks are not going to want to have their clients take their money out and put it into something that they no longer have control over. The banks are, I think, in a race to create something where, they own Bitcoin, so they want it to go up. They want to get rich off of it, but they want, I think, to control the capital of investors coming in, of their clients and stuff, like almost investing through them like a middleman, which is what banking seems to always have been, or at least what they're doing now. Ethereum is flashing signs that a sizable bull run is looming. So Ethereum has seen some rather lackluster price action in recent times, hovering around the $200 level as its buyers and sellers largely reach an impasse. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit to mainly the ending of the article where they're basically pointing out like what's going to happen and what prices could we be looking for. So where could this potentially imminent uptrend lead ETH's price? As for how high this potential uptrend could lead Ethereum, one analyst recently noted that he is watching for a movement up to $250. This target is labeled on the chart seen below, and it appears to coincide with a descending trend line that has been formed in the time following the cryptocurrency's rally to highs of $290 in mid-February. So as you can see, it looks like this is the trend line. This is where it's expecting price action to go. In order for Ethereum to push to these highs, it is imperative that the aggregated cryptocurrency market garners greater upwards momentum. Guys, I think that if Bitcoin remains high, if Bitcoin continues to rally, or if it even just trades sideways, as long as it's above the 20-week, as long as it's above all of its major supports, then we should see alts flourish, because usually altcoins flourish when Bitcoin is after a rally and going sideways. Bitcoin's kind of cooling off, and then you see altcoins start to rise and they have their turn. And it's kind of like it all goes in these different cycles. But if Bitcoin starts tanking, let's say it goes down to the lower bands on the chart, like right here, like let's say it comes back down to these bands, altcoins are probably going to follow, right? Altcoins are probably going to follow. But if it stays up where it is now and just trades sideways, I think we will see Ethereum perform very, very well. With that said, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give this video a like, and also go ahead and check out some of my other videos. I have 2 other ones up right now. Again, this is a brand new channel, so I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. And with that said, I will see you all on the next video.